All right, friends, today we are going to be focusing on figurative language and everything that we've learned with figurative language. And poetry is a very big part of poetry. Authors use figurative language a lot when they're writing poems. And that is why we have to go stanza by stanza to understand what they're saying, because they use so much figurative language. So today we're going to be focusing on that. And then a little bit later in the week, we're going to be working on some in passages as well. But we have, this is attached to the assignment. It is called Rise and Shine. We need a red, an orange, a yellow, and a green colored pencil or crayon. And we are going to be highlighting those answers to those questions. So the first thing I do before I even answer any questions is to go through and see if I can figure out what's going on in each stanza. So I jot something next to it to see if I can understand. Now the first thing I read is, the foghorn went off, blasting in my ear. I lay there for an eternity, not wanting to go anywhere. Finally, I decided it just had to be. I had to pull the elephant from on top of me. So this sounds like this is a alarm of some sort. And the narrator's not happy. Okay. I tried and tried, failing miserably. All of a sudden, the noise was blaring again, stinging my ears like an obnoxious bee. So the alarm goes off again. So they must have hit snooze, and the alarm went off again. I can relate. A lifetime went by. I just couldn't move. I knew Mom would barge in shortly, and certainly she would not approve. So they sat in bed for a while. Mom would not be happy. I forced myself finally to plant my tree trunks to the floor. That must be the feet. That's it, I'm done. I have no energy left for more. Can't get out of bed. I sat and sat, I still as a rock, and I didn't dare look at the clock. That's it, you can do it, I said in my head. Just stand up and you'll be officially out of bed. Just as I predicted before, Mom comes flying through my bedroom door. Let's go, she commanded in a loud lion's roar. So Mom yelled. Let me zoom out just a little bit here. When they talked about the lion roar. I struggled to my feet. My body wouldn't let me move. Waking up at this ridiculous hour, I simply did not approve. Not a morning person. As I stumbled into the bathroom, leaving the comforts of my bed, I said to my dog, it's going to be a long week ahead, so it must be Monday. Okay, so I understand what's going on in the passage now, so now I'm going to go and... So I read it the first time. Now I look at my questions. I get my red. What noise is the author referring to when he or she says the foghorn went off? So the foghorn went off, blasting in my ear. I laid there for an eternity, not wanting to go anywhere. Finally, I decided that it had to just be. So this is the alarm. The alarm clock. Okay. So this is the second time that I go back and read it. The first time was to understand. In poetry, it's very important that you jot down notes next to it because a lot of figurative language. Okay, so now we have orange. All right, hyperbole is going to be orange. Remember, hyperbole is an extreme exaggeration. So I laid there for an eternity. I had to pull the elephant off from top of me. I tried and tried, failed miserably, and a lifetime went by. So I'm going to put orange over each of those. This one's also orange. So this is choose all that apply. There's actually two here. that I laid there for an eternity and a lifetime went by. Because a lifetime did not go by. That's an exaggeration. It just means that a long time went by, and I laid there for an eternity I laid there for a long time. Give 2 examples of similes. So remember, similes are things that use like or as. So I'm going to go in here and find stinging my ears like an obnoxious bee. Let me see here. Blasting in my ear, not wanting to go anywhere. I'm going to reread. As still as a rock. There's one. Stinging my ears like an obnoxious bee and as still as a rock. So the sound like a bee, that's what they're comparing because they're asking us that. And then the second one would be still as a rock. What are the 2 things being compared? The narrator and a rock. Okay. Now my last question is, how does the author use figurative language to contribute to the mood of the poem? Use at least 2 specific examples of figurative language in the poem to support your answer. All right, so the author uses figurative language to paint a picture. To describe how hard the morning is for this person. He does this by, or she, I'm not sure. He does this by using phrases like, let's see here. Obnoxious bee, lay there for an eternity. Oh, I like the, I had to pull the elephant off of me, which means it was really hard to get off, up off the bed. Pull the elephant off. And tree trunks on the floor. So basically the author uses it to show how hard this is for the narrator. My feet are so heavy they feel like tree trunks. I feel like I have an elephant on top of me. I'm laying there for eternity. I cannot physically get up. The foghorn is in my ear. It's like an annoying, obnoxious bee. I have no energy. Mom commanded in a loud lion's roar, which means she's not very happy with me. That really, really, really paints the picture of what's going on and how hard the mornings are.